Alright, here we are on chess.com. It's got a new look to it. Got this version 3 or something, and we're going to get a Class A game and see what we've got here. We are going to play a Dutch, and I just played a bullet, so I'm going to have to calm myself down. Calm, Tim. Calm. Okay. So, what you have to do when you're playing this Dutch is keep yourself calm enough to play in such a way as to be patient. Here I'm not playing a very aggressive version at all. We're just being very nice. Just letting everything develop normally. He's being very offhand and not really pushing anything. That's fine. You don't push it. We won't push it. And now he's going to have to make up his mind what he wants to do, how he wants to advance or attack. Alright, here he's opened up for the knight b4, but I don't see what we would do with it if we do it, so he could just be provoking that. And since I don't see anything particular we'd be doing with that, I think let's move the queen up here. Alright, he pushes that there. Let's go ahead and expand a little here on the king side. I don't have any particular thing to do with this queen rook yet, although I'd like to mobilize it. No, if I exchange, that opens him up on the file that my queen's on, so we don't want to exchange. I could push. And where's he going to go? That would be a good question for him. If I push, where's that knight going to go? Where are you going to go, Sir Knight? Ooh, wow, that looks so passive. So passive. Well, I'll tell you what, let's see if we can provoke some weaknesses here by going h5. And so he does that, huh? Okay. Well, in that case, sorry about the dog in the background. I don't know what he's fussing about. But what about knight g4 here? I'm starting to get behind on time a little bit, so let's go with our gut and do a knight g4. It looks aggressive, looks good. I see absolutely no reason not to do it. He moves his knight out. It's just like in this game, he's sitting around just asking for it. All right, so right here, we're going to make a little rook lift. And the reason we do that is because I'm looking at a possible sack here from the bishop f6 and then takes on h4 maneuver. Looks like that could crack him open a little bit. What does that move do? I'm going to have to keep an eye on that because I don't know what he's trying to accomplish by that. What does that move do? Fellow, what are you doing? Inquiry minds want to know. He's looking at the sack now himself, I think. He determines the sack means nothing. Alright, takes. How does he get out? How does he get out? It looks too good. Let's try it. It just looks too juicy. Okay, no. And where's he going? I really wonder. Is he going to take now? If he wasn't going to take before, he's probably not going to take now. Notice we're starting to catch up on time as he's begun to think. He decides, yes, I will take it. Prove it to me. Which is probably, he might as well do that at this stage in the game. Okay, so I don't understand that move at all, because now I just take with check, right? Is that better, or taking with the... yeah, just take with check. And now he goes over here, and if I move the queen up, how does he stop checkmate? He would move the knight back here and threaten my queen. That's one thing he could try. Am I missing something obvious? An obvious checkmate of some kind? Maybe? Maybe not? Yes, I think we go back here and check. And then back over here and check. Alright, over here. Yeah, he'll probably bring the knight back to defend the spot there. Alright, we're going to have to be quick here. We're down to a little over a minute. And I'm trying to find the mate. Trying to find that checkmate. Alright, he goes back here. Check with the knight. He's going to have to go. Oh, and he goes over there. Huh. Okay. He's got to be careful. He's got to be so careful here. Okay, if I come back up and check, he moves that over. Let's just fork them and get in a good position here. Okay. Alright, we're getting down in time, so we've got to push it. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. This all looks good. Yep. So he's got his piece back. But the attack is raging. Wow, is it raging. I got all kinds of threats here. And he's starting to really run out of time. This is a real interesting game. It's exciting. Oh, check! Ouch! That's got to hurt. That's what hurts. Ow. That brings the pain. I'm so sorry, fella. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not really sorry. Good game. If we go back in that one a little bit, it's fascinating to look at the new time distribution that it gives here on the right-hand side. If you'll notice on chess.com, that is one improvement that they've made since they've shoved us off into this version 3. It also gives the opening at the top, English opening, Anglo-Dutch defense. And notice at the beginning, it's black that's spending these extended time periods. And I took a good little think there. And I don't necessarily mind a good long think at the beginning, but it was him then that was spending the longer thinks later on in the game, which didn't necessarily help him. By then the attack was really going wild. Okay, so if we back up a little bit, from the beginning he was extremely passive for white. In turn, I was also very passive, but since he was doing pretty much nothing, this guy seems to be like a counterpuncher, and he was doing almost nothing. And right here, the big decision, of course, you don't want to take, because if takes and he takes backs, then what's my queen going to do? That's just all for white, and he gets that central domination. No, 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 no. And here the other choice might be to activate my queen rook, but I'm not exactly sure what to do with it. Am I going to bring him over here? If you're not going to exchange out on that file, then what's up with that? So that's not necessarily a big deal. But pushing here immediately says, what about this? What are you going to do with your knight here? This knight's already in a spot where he can't go back here to the natural post, and so sure enough, after that he had to go back to where he was headed. Alright, wait a minute. How do you advance here? How do you advance? I wonder, how do we advance in this new system of things? Alright, let's go back to the beginning, see if it'll advance through it that way. Huh, it still doesn't advance in that case. How do you go back to the main line? I wonder. Alright, so maybe I'll figure out more about the analysis version. I don't want to figure it out while I'm wasting all y'all's time. And there should be something here that goes back to the main line. Restore current position. Let's see what that does. Yeah, that goes back to the main line, but I wonder how you would get back into it without, as you go through the analysis. Anyway, so after I push here, he has to go back. And now the h5 push, I think in a blitz game, it's a perfectly acceptable move. And after he goes up here, how does he not see the danger right here? He keeps on making these little piddle moves, but what about this, fella? What about it? What about it? And he thought a long time and let me do it. Just let me do it. And right here, oh me. Could he do anything else? I don't think so. If he could, I don't see it. I really don't. So he was already in trouble. You just let somebody sack like that, and the rest is just a matter of technique. I had a quicker way, I think, of doing this in here, which if we maybe look at it a little bit later, I could find out some way to finish him off. But I'm not sure at the moment how I would go about doing that. For example, yeah, I'm not seeing it really. If I go here, he goes here. If I come back up in here, then here, if he protects that way, then check. Well, this is just another way to get an advantage, because check, then takes, and then after he takes my queen, then I win a piece, which it may be just a tad better than what I did in the game. It looks longer though. It looks like it'd take longer than what I did in the game, because what I did allowed me to keep up the attack. So I think what I did was good. Alright, thank you all very much for watching, and we're advancing up in that Class A, and we're now 1861. If you look down at the bottom, I wish that was clearer here on chess.com, that where it shows you at the bottom your rating. But anyway, thank you very much.